Hi, it's Handy Val. Today I'm working on my 1992 Mercedes Benz Convertible. Today I'm going to show you how to change the engine air intake filter. It's a fairly easy job, so let's get to it. I have a 300 SL. It's the 3.0 engine, the 3.0 liter. Now the air intake filter I'm using is a Mahle. The part number is 003-094-5304. Okay, now you're going to notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clamps, and there's 4 nuts you need to remove. So first what you want to do is loosen the clamps. So there's a, kind of see where my finger is there. It's pretty straightforward. Open it up and make sure you get to all of them. Some of them are a little tricky, but they're fairly easy to, again, loosen them all up. There's a few back here as well. And okay, and once you've got them all kind of out of the way, now you're going to notice the 4 nuts. Now, because it's a German car, I'm using a 10 millimeter, and you're going to want to loosen them up. Now you want to be careful. You want to kind of do them slowly because you don't want to lose any of these nuts. Okay, and then once you've loosened them up, I think it's just, you just want to go there by hand, place them in a safe spot. Sometimes these engine air filters are in difficult locations, not this one. Okay, so now you've removed the 4, you put them in a safe spot. Now it's very simple. This one, just the cap just lifts. Put that aside. As you can tell, it's quite the dirty filter here. All right, now the tricky part here is, so here's the breather hose. Now I've got a fairly flexible one. It's kind of rubber. Depending on how old it is, sometimes it could be quite hard, like a hard plastic. And the filter, you've kind of got there's a groove here, and you kind of got to make sure you get this piece out. So you kind of have to use just a little bit of muscle to make it come undone. So there you go. You can see that part right there. See the way it's just kind of coming out? That's it. And the filter kind of gets itself out of there. Now let's compare the two. It's always fun to compare the two. There's the old one. Here's the new one. Quite the difference. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this car certainly needs a new one. So let's go ahead. Again, you're going to want to fit it. Now what I like to do is typically clean the compartment. Now I've kind of, you want to just do that, and so I've pre-done it already, and always good to do that. And again, the filter is just going to kind of squeeze itself in there. Quite simple. Okay, and there you go. So now you could actually, you can see this, and the breather hose is supposed to kind of make its way in there. And again, you're going to want to use a little bit of muscle to kind of make sure it gets in there. And there you go. Now it's in there. Now the other thing you want to make sure, now just maybe go a little lower over here. There's a little hose down here. Can you see the hose? Make sure it's still continue to be plugged into the breather hose here. Okay, sometimes, because you're kind of jiggling it, sometimes it comes undone. In this case, it hasn't, so we're good. Next step is now we're just going to want to put the cover back on. We're going to want to make sure, once again, everything is kind of settled in properly, and the cover kind of goes on. You line up the bolts. Now, I like to first put on the clamps. Make sure you get all the clamps done. So that's 1 clamp, 2 clamps. The 3rd one here, there's a 4th one, 5th one, and here's the 6th one. And then as a final step, you're going to need to put your nuts back on. Pretty simple there. And just hand tighten them at first, and then give them a good tighten with your wrench. There's 4 of them here. That's all there is to it. Turn them up. I don't want to do it too tight, but a little bit of resistance, and you should just kind of just stop it. A little bit of resistance and stop, and I think, yeah, we're going to get the hang of this. And there you go. And we are done. So again, just want to make sure, always good to make sure the breather hose is connected properly, you haven't missed any clamps, and the little hose over here that connects to the breather hose is properly connected, and it is. So we are done. Thanks for watching Handy Val, and look forward to another video on my 300 SL. Thanks.